Greetings and welcome to Chapter 4 of the Crucible Chronicles. In this chapter, we're going to be taking my favorite Worlds Collide deck, Lady Circuit's Endress, to the competitive playlist on the Crucible Online. I hope you'll come along for this 5-part series and we'll see how many wins we can get. First things first though, let's take a look at the deck and I'll tell you a little bit about it. What you see before you here is Lady Circuit's Endress. This is a pretty weird deck, I'm not going to lie. As you'll note, it's got a pretty decent amount of artifacts. We've got 8 artifacts in the deck. It has some decent Ember control. You'll note it also has 2 Hawks, but only 15 creatures, so that's not a huge amount of creatures. Certainly in the Worlds Collide meta of big boards with all sorts of crazy creatures that do ridiculous stuff. The reason I like this deck is it just kind of seems to play itself. You'll note there are 16 bonus Ember. So there's 16 cards with Ember pips on it, and the expected Ember is a little higher than that at 20. This deck is just sort of a lot of fun because it's the antithesis in my mind of Worlds Collide, which is to say this deck tends to not worry about anything that's on the board. Instead, you get to sit behind a wall of artifacts and tell everyone how the Lady Circuits is not pleased and destroy things with impunity. Anyways, let's hop into our first game and see how this deck does against something on the competitive playlist. Excellent. So our challenger has entered the arena, playing Yoon Bomi. Go ahead and drop the customary good luck, have fun in the chat. See what we're looking at. Got some Untamed Rush, looks like. A couple Hunting Witches and a Key Charge. Good old Papa Chota there. Too much to protect, so that'll be interesting. Bait and Switch. Definitely some stealing going on as well, and Gateway to Dis. So let's hop into this and see how this goes for us. Let's see. So we're going first. One thing I really like to do in this is play out the Orb of Invidious. I don't know how much reaping is going to be happening. There seems to be a lot of just kind of Ember control. I think I'm going to mulligan here and try for something else. Let's do Shadows, maybe toss down the Long Fused Mines. Kind of throw that down there. Ooh, look at that. Nice big Logos turn for us. Get some more artifacts down on the board. Get ourselves an Igor. Speed Sigil. Okay, discarded the Speed Sigil. Bait and Switch and Silvertooth. That is alright. We'll go ahead and hop on down to the Logos train. Let's play out Igor. Got the Evil Eye, Soul Fiddle, or the Spike Trap. Now let's go ahead and grab this Spike Trap. Although I might be kicking myself for not having that Evil Eye. But let's see how this goes. Play out some artifacts. You want to end your turn. Yeah, I don't want to use the Long Fused Mines. Interestingly enough, we're a little bit more on the board than I would normally like. Got a Hawk, each flank creature, Spike Trap out there. That won the fence. Move 1 Ember from one of your cards to your pool. That is pretty dandy, isn't it? Let's see. What do we want to do? We could go with Logos. Generate a little bit of Ember. Take out Selwyn. Selwyn's kind of annoying. It'll get us 2 Ember. We don't get to move a whole lot. Don't get to move a whole lot of cards. So let's just go Shadows. We'll play out the Spike Trap. I kind of want to hold on to something here. Either the Spike Trap or the Long Fused Mines. Yeah, which one? I think we'll go ahead and Hawk the Long Fused Mines. Try and generate a little bit of Ember there. Alright, now we're talking. Got some Tau Vapors, the Data Forge. I'm expecting some pretty stiff competition in the competitive playlist here on the Crucible. The Crucible Online. This is actually my first foray into the competitive playlist, so we'll see if we can make something happen. Nerve Blast, okay. Pretty standard Shadows play here. Probably go Logos here. Play out the Vapors. What do we want to archive here? Spike Trap. Probably one of these Shadows cards. Play KeyForge. We'll fight Igor into Selwyn. We'll Anomaly exploit Selwyn. And we reap here. A discard card. Ooh, that's a little bit sad. I like this Spike Trap, so we'll get rid of the Inspector. We'll reap here and Hologramophone. I don't know, the group think tank. Sure, why not? So that puts us up on check. Each flank creature, don't want to do that. They got to call some like non-shadows at some point, right? Here we go, we're going to Dis. The Terror. The Terror! The Succubus, nice. And a Dust Imp. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get our blue key. So we do have an Exhume. This is interesting. I think we go Dis for sure here. We'll go Dis. Wish to take all your cards in archives into your hand. No. So I think we want to play the Infernus. Well, we're going to play the Orb of Invidious. We'll go ahead and play the Infernus. What do we have over here? Nerve Blast, Bait and Switch. Seems pretty good. Opponents, we'll get rid of Nerve Blast, Bait and Switch. They do have the Too Much to Protect, so something to think about. We'll play Hysteria. So pop everything back into hand. We'll put Infernus back out. Get rid of... Oh, I don't know. I don't think they want to play that Speed Sigil. There's something we wouldn't mind getting rid of. This Soul Fiddle gumming up our hand is sort of annoying, but let's get rid of Hidden Stash Selwyn. Give them less reasons to call shadows. And we'll go ahead and Exhume. Do the Umbra. That'd be nice. Especially if we're going into shadows next turn. Igor could be interesting, but I don't really... I have like not very great luck with Igor. Alright, they're going back to Dis. We got 2 Ember. We're going with the Life Ward. We got the 1 Spike Trap out. See, this is one combo I like. If I can get both Spike Traps out, I can put down the Harbinger and just wipe the board. I think we go back to Shadows here. Yeah, we'll go back to Shadows. We will pick up our archives. We'll put Breaker Hill out to the left. We'll play the Spike Trap. We can Mug. So we can move 1 Ember from Charette. Deal 2 damage to it. The Succubus is sort of annoying, but I might have an answer for that next turn. So we'll Mug the Charette, deal 2 damage to it. we'll fight the steel one. And then play out old Avinda. All that good. I sure want to end my turn. Still positive. So having that Breaker Hill out will be pretty interesting. We can get some steel action out of this group think tank. I'm assuming we're going to get a little bit of rush. A little bit of untamed rush business going on. See if they can get their hunting witch. Yep, they did. They sure did. A spike trap, that doesn't purge, right? Deal 3 damage to each flank creature. See, they're keeping their dust imp on the other flank, which is pretty smart. Depending on what they put out here too, may or may not want to use this Harbinger. Might be more beneficial to go with shadows instead of just wiping the board. Alright, so they do have 2 hunting witches. Discarding the key charge, they must have been doing some math there. Didn't like their options. You have to make sure we stay underneath that too much to protect. Have a way to pull us off the key otherwise. Doesn't look like it. We got their bait and switch and nerve blast, right? Yeah, so as long as we, I mean, the biggest benefit from them using too much to protect will be to get Ember. They don't really have a way to pull us off check that I can tell. Cooperative hunting. Okay. Not bad, not bad. And they've used Life Ward. Very interesting. Very interesting play. That basically blocks out my whole hand. That's not bad. Group think tank could do some work for us. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though. They're definitely taking their time. It would have been great to get our second hawk. Play against that life ward, but right, so this hunting witch probably should get killed. Three damage to each flank creature. Dang, man. Really wanted to get on check. I wonder if they're holding on to their second. Now, if they're holding on to their second hunting, which they wouldn't have. I think they would have done what they did. Alright, we're gonna kind of adapt here. I'm gonna go ahead and reap. Deal 1 damage to the succubus. We'll spike trap. So that's fine. That gets rid of. They do get 2 for that. We'll discard Simon and Umbra. And all that good. That puts us on check. They're not on check, which is nice. Got our group think ready to go. Group think tank ready to go. Ah, Schuler. Schuler. Done. Nice. Nice, that's what I like to see. Okay, so we're gonna go logos. We don't really need to anomaly exploit. Schuler isn't doing much. Do they have any... there's no trust no one or anything like that. And they do have a gateway to disc. So I think what I'm going to do here, they can't pull us off key. We can play out the sanitation engineer. We can play out the daughter. We can hologramophone the daughter. I'm just going to go ahead and reap here. Anomaly exploit the succubus. We're going to have like an explosion of cards. That puts us at 7. We're at 7. They're at 7. Our Ember can't be stolen. Feeling decent about that situation. They've gotten themselves a second key. Hopefully we're going to be getting our second key here as well. And possibly doing a little bit of Steely Steel. Little Steely Dan. Just like a little bit nervous, you know? First time on the competitive playlist. Bringing my favorite Worlds Collide deck. Just, I want it to work, you know? I want it to do well. I want it to... I just want it to go well, that's all. Alright, so they're going shadows. See if they remember. Too much to protect. Yeah, no stealing from me. Plays booby trap. Oubliette to purge the daughter. Okay. Trying to do some work. That's okay. That's respectable. Alright, we'll go ahead and forge our yellow key here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems pretty good. We'll go dis. We'll reap with Infernus. We'll play out EE on the fringes. We'll discard a card to purge that. Steal one. We'll discard a card. Purge that. To steal one. We'll discard another card to purge that. Steal one. And then they got one more in there. A Shret. They just have one Shret. Do you have another Schuler? And we will discard this. Get rid of Shret. So that puts us on check, which is pretty sweet. You want to end your turn. Pretty positive? Yeah, pretty positive. Not gonna lie, I forgot this deck had a graft, but that definitely could be pretty useful for us. Let's see if Yoon Bomi has an answer. Not sure where it's going to be. Their key charge is discarded. They just have the one key charge, right? They do have Chota. Alright, so they got Chota. They don't really have enough burst, I don't think. They got a regrowth too, so there's definitely a chance here. They gotta have things lined up pretty nicely though. Alright, so if they had played a Hunting Witch, they could regrowth, be an Ember. For another Hunting Witch would be an Ember. That would put them at 2 Ember. They'd have 2 Ember, and then they'd have to play a bunch of creatures. This would be interesting. Gateway to Dis. That's basically need that and a Schuler. In theory, could do it. Their booby trap must have I guess I put the ward on the daughter. We destroyed them. Forgot to take my card. Enable manual mode. Okay. They want to take their archives. That's fine. I'm assuming gateway to dis. Tuller. Definitely an out. No problem. No problem. Nope. They say no. I don't. It's not the card they were expecting. I use Untame. Okay. We'd have to do active house. All right, we gotta do a little bit of TCO tech support. Hey, thanks for calling the Crucible Online. Tech support. I think we need manual mode on. Go ahead and click that for him. Oh, come on, come on. Work with me, Yoon. Work with me. All right, so they picked the wrong house. They picked the wrong house. They didn't pick up the archives. Regrowth hunting. If Lape. Man, they got some work to go here. I'm so confused. They're like really struggling right now. We got them all niffled. What's the problem now? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna hit yes. We'll see what happens. See what they do. I assume they're trying to play. Okay. All right. Card's Mimicry. Very interesting move. Very strange plays. Boy, this is a tough situation. Tough situation to be in. But I think we go shadows here. I think we go shadows. We'll go ahead and hawk. Oh, that's it. They gave us the GG. They must not have drawn their Hunting Witch or Choda. Maybe that's the problem. Sweet. Well, there you have it. That is the first episode out of 5 in Chapter 4 of the Crucible Chronicles. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, so long.